So let's go talk to the family, and then go deal with Fornival's quest.
Sir, you have need of me? Fornival would have us quit his land? Oh, fie, but this is sudden. Had he even a whit of the Maker's decency, he'd give fair warning afore such a request.
Bangarama, hello. Character sure has style with a cool cat, smiley. Well, actually, I am basing her and the pawn on Ashley and Leon from RE4, and I'm basically at the end of each stream kind of show off the outfits we've got and everything, and ask the chat to give an idea for the fashion dogma for next time. And this was a result of one for, and this is like 2 streams back, for a midriff and MC Hammer pants. So that was the best I could do with the options we had so far. But thank you, though. All right. So let's see. That was one of them. Then we need to track down Pip, I think is the boy's name. And he is going to be up, right inside the noble quarter. And then the father of the family is one of the town criers, so he'll be out in... Oh, thank you. Yeah, she's kind of our mascot at this point. I did an Ashley-themed Dark Souls 2 run when we first got our internet upgraded. And then, we were thinking of ideas for the Arisen and Pawn, and Lorax, who's a fan of the game too, was like, hey, you can do Ashley and Leon. It's like, oh yeah, let's give that a try.
I don't care how wealthy he is. You can't simply toss us out. I'll never leave. Not in 1,000 years.
So you basically have 2 options at this point. You can chase Oliver Twist here down all the way around Grand Soren, like out into the fields and back into town and everything. Or you can talk to the last family member. Oh, it looks like somebody's already had these pawns do that part of the quest. Or you can go track down Jasper, and then back to Fornival, and basically pay their debts, and that costs 80,000, which is why I couldn't do it earlier. And I'm just a little short now, so I can sell some minerals and stuff to make up the difference. It's the same one. Yeah, until the server kicks back on, I probably won't be able to see any online pawns. So do that. Sell, and I should have some stuff that we've gotten from our running around. Let's see, we got a 2-hander. Golden weapons sell for quite a bit. Yeah, we'll just sell stuff I've got plenty of. Lorax said you mentioned if you talk to NPCs a lot, you'll eventually romance them or whatever. Yeah, that is the affinity system. The more you talk to people, if you basically it's talking to people gives you a certain amount, but it's more that not talking to people costs you over time. But then he asked, to apply the child characters. It does. It does. I think somebody in the stream actually referred to somebody who hooked up with the snotty kid by accident. Yeah, that was Simone we talked to earlier. Yeah, yeah. John does said, you see in Japan, age of consent yeah, it is not. The idea is that there aren't actually kids per se in the game. They are just really, really small young adults. No, I'm serious. And I guess they either didn't realize or didn't care to not put them in the affinity system, and you end up with Japan. Needless to say, we will not be doing any of that. I was waiting for Jasper to show up, but he isn't yet. So we're going to we're going to knock out this quest instead and come back to it. And I believe it wants us to go... let's see, local map in town. Wait a minute. Huh, somebody out here knows what's going on about the slate? Okay. The first time I did this quest, I actually solved it by accident. I had just gone to visit the person we eventually go to, and oh, huh, okay, random farmer.
What do I know of your writings? Less than I know of modern script. I never even learned me letters.
We're glad he didn't pick this up during the Steam sale.
Alas, I'm a man of the sword, not the quill. Ask a script.
Oh, okay, so you have to find some country bumpkin to tell you what you should already guess, and that's you need to talk to a guy who forges things about writing. Anyway, I'm going to save you a trip, and he has no clue what's going on with it, and he says he knows somebody who might, and refers you to the Dragon Forged, who we're about to go visit now, and we haven't this playthrough. John played it for a while on PS3, got to the part where you go underground, and there's the troll that spells female characters. Yeah, you guys inadvertently tripped. The game is actually not that bad in terms of JRPG squeakiness and everything, but you just happen to find the more objectionable stuff. You know, the child characters of the affinity system and the ogres eating ladies and everything. Yeah, there's actually not that much more than that. There's another one near the very end of the game, and that's actually about it. Actually, do I? Oh, I already favorited that person. No, Bangarama. They ask if we're going to be a fighter the rest of our playthrough. No, I am doing this one to get the rank 5 sinew augment, so I can be a little more flexible with our fashion. You know, wearing armor and everything. And that is level 5 fighter to unlock that. Yeah, this is actually the first stream I've actually played as a fighter. And then Lorax is like, yeah, you combine the weirdness with the bad inventory. So yeah. Okay. Oh, that almost took her out in one. Okay. Don't mind me doing a little combat looting. Oh, that was really easy. I wonder why that encounter didn't trigger the last stream when we went that way. Oh, dudes. Bob Ross. Nice. What was it? Just no mistakes, just happy little accidents, I think. Some brights.
Look over there.
I got some goblins over there. Another mage.
Hello. Yes, Arisen.
Rosabeth. Oh, probably going for the Firekeeper, but just with a. You know that given that any that didn't play Dark Souls 2, the Firekeeper attendant kind of has that kind of look and red outfit, so it makes me just think of the porn parody of that with her version. Python has heard Capcom's considering a sequel. The PC sales are good enough. Interesting to see if they put some more flesh on the bare bones of the game. Yeah, there's a lot more they could have done with it. That is definitely true. Okay, I think I kept the earring that does sleep resistance handy, just in the assumption I'd have more harpies to deal with. Swordsman Ring, Restless. Yeah, there we go. We'll take that over. So 100% sleep means I have absolutely nothing to fear from the harpies at this point. Oh, they're attacking an NPC over there. Okay, opinions. Who else do we have to deal with? Got a couple more. Needless to say, being a fighter, trying to fight harpies, can be exercise in frustration. The arcs on your swings aren't bad. At any fire, if you've gotten the flame buff, any fire damage will ignite their wings and knock them down. And part of the problem is these upward hitting moves don't actually hit that high. Scrag of Beast. And of course, if you try running after them, if you get hit while your weapon is sheathed, you take more damage, as though you were unready. Okay, I think that's all of them. Let's let the pawns heal up. Larx is intrigued by the pawn system, though. Yeah, pawn system is a lot of fun. Interesting, but fully fledged co-op would be really good. Yeah, and there are apparently a lot of interesting lessons that they could have taken from level 50. You look like you're pretty interesting, at least. Gotta go, maybe going for a Ganon theme or something. So maybe summon you later. And that would have been pretty cool to bring into the traditional game. Because I'm just not much of an MMO fan. So bringing some of that, and yeah, definitely having the full-fledged co-op. Really, it's like with the success that that Dark Souls has had as an impromptu co-op game. You know, with it being initially an afterthought, and then such a big part of the draw of the game now. You know, kind of a good sign. We're going to add this one as a location just to get it on the map. Yeah, there we go. One Bluff Tower. We will be back here later. And there's some. If you go up the stairs and around and explore, there's some more goodies you can find. But we are moving on. And I gotta say too, stuff like this with the draw distance and everything just looks so much nicer than it did on console. So you can see some of the problems. Like there are trees back there that just aren't drawn in and won't be until I get closer. Yeah, so I'm popping in there. And there's only so much you can do with a GeForce 750, but it still looks pretty nice. Let's try to get the flame buff. Got some harpies to deal with. Oh, and the dire wolves first, right? This is where I'm definitely glad to have that ring that upgraded the fighter strike to blink strike, because it lets you actually go far enough to catch up with these fast enemies. The only reason I'm grabbing stuff, now is, even though I probably don't need to, is that with how far you can go afield to chase these guys, I didn't want to lose the loot if I was too far away from them. Nice. Okay. Yeah, this is why you always want to have a, not always, but it's usually a good idea to take a mixed party along. So whenever you've got the flying enemies, you can have a ranger deal with them. Oh, Vagarama said, "Sorry for saying so. Your voice is amazing." Oh, thank you. Don't apologize. I definitely appreciate that. Ah. Oh, jeez. Ah. Your pawns can catch you, but I think you probably want to have them with a utilitarian inclination. So they're more like keeping their eyes open for stuff to do in the fight, instead of always being gung-ho to attack. Okay. So that everybody? That's everybody. Okay. So almost ready. If you see in the distance there, the kind of drawing on the hill, that's Hillfigure Knoll. That is our ultimate destination. I almost was high enough to hit that one. Okay. Let's get ready as it moves in. No, it's not quite high enough. There we go. And I know I need the pinions and retrices for other item upgrades. Yeah, more direwolves would be great, because I know I need large fangs and direwolf pelts. Jeez, I don't know what move that is that Leon's doing, of the slam on one side and then jam on the other. But it is doing some work. Yeah, I have played it a couple times on PS3. I beat it once on that one, and I got about halfway through Oh yeah, like I played through Bitter Black Isle. I went back to that and beat the daemon, both times and everything. So yeah, I've done most of the content, but it's been a couple years.
I know what he seeks to know, knows it well, while he who knows not.
Can you hear that in the background? I think Ben's feeling better enough. He's starting to do his woodworking. Glad he's feeling better though. He was not doing good when we started the stream a couple hours ago.
You see me, yes? Then congratulations are due. You have found the man you seek.
Now that means you too have had your heart ripped out by a dragon. Congratulations.
Was, perhaps like you, a child of man, bound to the dragon. Well met, young Arisen. I am he who was forged by the dragon.
It's not as bad as it is in Dragon Age Origins, but whenever I see the characters with like heavily wrinkled faces and then pretty much normal skin from the neck down, it's like, guys, what kind of shampoo you have to use to make your hair dance like that? Yes, like the top of it stays firm and the rest of it bounces with the wind.
Well met, Arisen of the present day. New forged link, you have come seeking meaning for that slate and the words it bears. There none save that it brought you here to me.
Yep. So the entire thing was that the slate was meant to be, was meant to be just indecipherable. That it wasn't meant to be solved. It's just a clue.
Arisen. I am the dragon forged. Go now. Tell him that gave you the cipher and what.
Of course, there isn't. The thing is about this game is there isn't really a mystery to it. There's a lot of stuff going on in the background that with the cycles of fate and what the dragon is and all that stuff, but none of it really gets revealed until near the end of the game, and I guess it just feels like there was meant to be kind of a gradual journey of discovery and everything, and in the end they just went for the surprise. The plot is actually X as you get to the final boss. And there are hints to it, like in the beginning with the countless lifetimes come to pass. I mean, you might think that's a poetic flourish, like maybe this is a Legend of Zelda style. The characters are reincarnations of things that came before and stuff like that. And no, that there is actually some significance to the big time skip. Let's hand over, rusted stuff that way, and put. If you have an idol in your inventory, that's part of it. And I forgot to put those away. If you have any idol in your inventory, you get a discount for discount for things. The Worm Hunt license is also worth a discount. Direwolf pelts. So, of course, as soon as you get any one of these items, you can always duplicate more. So do that. Okay. This should be good to go. You can actually find whenever you find books and scrolls, you can sometimes find the knowledge scrolls too. Those are pretty handy. And a mage shirt. As our first one of those you've gotten. Okay, that worked out pretty well. I will head to the outline. Grab the goodies here, fight a couple more harpies, and then start heading back. Finally, we can actually do one. We're 1 for 2 in the successful worm hunt missions. The map at their side. Okay. And it looks like we've just gotten the snow harpies. Yeah. Let's get the flame buff going and start getting ready to do some work. As soon as our mage catches up. I actually think I forgot to... Do I even have the slate on me? Yeah, I actually put the slate away and then forgot to bring it back. So I'm glad you don't actually have to have it in your inventory when you go talk to the Dragonforged. Excuse me. There we go. I think the generic, help command with the left control stick helps make the pawns more utilitarian, which is one of the better inclinations. That is basically the do stuff better, one. Ah, almost gotcha. Jeez, yeah, that move. One cool thing, too, is that the enemies actually have to factor in the elevation they're flying to. Like, if a harpy is flying flying fairly high at this height, and then starts climbing up to meet you, it will actually start getting lower until it starts climbing again. Yeah, it's pretty neat. There we go. Okay, and yeah, I'm already in heavy encumbrance, so I think I'm going to grab the stuff and then head back home. Okay, there we go. So there is a weakstone shard on the figure's heart. If I can find it. That's the shield, that's not the heart. There it is. And then from when Leon was a fighter, he was using... let's pass that one up. You have to be quick to grab things when you're uphill, because they will roll down and make it harder for you to find them. Then when you get close to the... That's a whole flock of harpies there. Yeah, see, we're so high up that they're having trouble actually flying normal height. There's so many little things in this game. A lot of fun. Okay. Oh, yeah. One of those must have still been alive. I have a lot of opinions to work with. I have a lot of opinions. Okay, yeah, that worked out great. So let's put some stuff away. Actually, I think I'm just going to warp back now and then do that. Greystone use. Grand Soren. Unlike an RE4, yeah, Ashley isn't completely useless. Yeah, I would say she's carrying her weight and then some this time around. Did I hit rank 5? I did not. I'm almost there, though. Turning in this quest might do it. So let's go... Actually... Let's see if I bet Jasper is... Yeah, he's at his normal position now. So this will give me 2 quests to turn in the Noble Quarter. Because we got more than enough money fighting those harpies to hit the 80k we'll need later.
Who among you is seeing?
All right.
Yes, how may I aid you, sir? Aye, we pay tariff on Cornwall's land.
Tariffs.
Oh, wants us gone, does he? I wager it's not so simple a proposition.
Yeah.
I know Cornwall's the law on his side, but I'm loath to simply up and go at his command.
I do love how everybody's so matter-of-fact about this one. Fornival is like, I want these people kicked out of their house. Would you go ask them nicely for me? And they're all like, well, yeah, but I don't want to move. So would you go ask him nicely?
They should have word of this afore all else.
Now, that being said, the family is willing to do it. And they will just move out into a tent out in the fields. Which is just,
I would hear
there's not really any reason to be mean to the family here. And yeah, so we're going to go and... Oh, first of all, let me hand some stuff off to put her back into... Yeah, let's just go turn it in. We're right here by the inn.
And why? Because mankind err fear.
But yeah, each of the characters has a different thing they want to do. Sarah makes you wait the following day for her to think it over. Pip, you have to chase around. And Jasper himself, you just have to talk to them after doing their things. And then you talk to him again, and then he's willing to agree. And let's see. Yeah, I'll put that away for now. And I didn't end up needing the dragon. Yeah, my plan with the dragon spits is it looks like I won't be able to go back to the Shadow Fort for now. Was when the Cyclops, the armored Cyclops, you can use those things to destroy their leg plating. Yeah, so that was my plan to do that. So maybe it'd be an easier way of dealing with them. Plus, whenever you destroy their armor, you have a chance of getting what is it? I think rusted plates from it, which is pretty good. So he had a port crystal too, so we've got 2 more of those bad boys. And we're going to hold on to the idol so we have a better one. Okay, back to average. So now, let's go turn in those quests. Also verify that Fornival is back home. And let's see, that's Pip. Okay, so I just need to find Fornival. Another thing that's kind of neat is he sometimes hangs out with Montebank, the Forger, which is a definitely a kind of subtle way of the game telling you things aren't exactly on the up and up. But then again, Grand Soren, let's say a guy who advertises his shop as a forgery, as a forger, to operate normally. So who knows? All right. I have a feeling failing the Shadow Fort quest means it won't count toward the 2 quests you need to do to move on with the worm hunt. I didn't realize you could fail any of them.
If this man speaks true and is immortal, there's a fair chance he guided his grace as well. Be that the case, his words are well worth heeding, sir.
And yeah, this is just a reminder. You can periodically check in with the Dragon Forged, and he will add new topics of conversation.
With luck, he'll lead you to victory as well.
I think he does it twice. There we go, level 5.
It will be my honor to show you the choice is yours.
Oh, no, you just have to do 2 of them, and then you can move on. Let's see. This one is the Water God's Altar, and this one is the Catacombs. I'm thinking... I'll tell you what. Which one do you guys want to see? If we can follow up on Salvation, which will take us to the catacombs north of the city, and we have to fight spooky, scary skeletons. Or we can head back to near the Wake Castle and go up to an area out in the mountains where there's a cave and I believe a Cyclops who we fight, and some really interesting platforming, over a water area. It's a unique kind of dungeon. I kind of like it. Oh no! Wait a minute. Let me rephrase. Do we go to the catacombs level, the graveyard level, or do we go to the water temple? All right.
Certainly. Then here are the details. By the Duke's decree, we spare no effort in gathering knowledge concerning the worm. As one arm of that pursuit, we aid the faith in their examination of ruins and relics.
Ruins and relics. There's our next D&D heartbreaker.
One such ruin has of late become home to monsters. We've received
You can actually go here earlier, right when you're back at the Way Castle. The one thing I really like is that you can. Oh, clearly somebody learned the Dark Souls proper bow gesture.
My thanks, sir. His grace
Yeah, you can head there early and do pretty much everything except actually get the five items we need.
Pray, speak to Father
The game won't place those until we get the quest for it.
Where the have to defending our stronghold.
Yeah, defending the last stronghold didn't work too well.
Such is our duty.
Okay. Oh, she probably knows what's what.
That tall, slim building is the cathedral. Perhaps
Oh.
Sarah has changed her.
I guess you probably want to start with the basics. Let's see if Fornival is at home, and if he's not, then I would need to... He's probably going to be with Montebank. Yeah.
We'd like to find a pit in the craftsman's quarter.
So we'll go head over there, too. Let's do this one first. Yeah. Just take a look at that architecture. It's pretty cool. There's probably a historic cathedral it's based on. I just can't think of which one it might be off the top of my head. Check all books. Ah. Getting free knowledge scrolls is pretty handy.
Arisen. 'Tis a heartening boon to have your assistance in our endeavors. I will not keep you long, for the survey party has already set out from Gran Soren. They walk south to the ruins of the falls near the encampment. I know not what
Yeah,
dangers
the waterfall.
await there, but I will rest easily knowing you accompany them. Pray fly now to their
Speaking of
side.
historic things, my Ben, my brother, those of you that were just now catching the stream, has been following up on some classical church history things, and some of the stuff people used to wear. Let's knock over everybody. Okay, so let's go take care of this. And I have to pack it in before too long, because it's past 10 now. But I think there should be one more quest I can do, which I think everybody's going to like. So let's go find Fornival. Yeah, he's going to be... Keep my eyes open. So let's go down here. Yeah, that's where he's got to be. NPCs tend to follow a pretty strict schedule. They don't vary it up by day or anything like that. And most of them don't move around as much as Fornival does. Oh, it's Mason there hanging out with him. So where's Fornival then? Oh, maybe in the central area. He might have already headed home by now. But if so, you think I would have seen him there, though. Find him in the barber shop. Where did he go? I can always skip to the following day, so he'll be at home first thing in the morning.
This must be an alehouse.
What are you two up to?
Patrons oft post
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
the alehouse.
So let's go over here and crash the rich man's breakfast. I've done this a time or two before. There we go.
How
I don't know where he went yesterday, but
in truth. However, as I have your ear,
yeah, once you talk to the family, you can go talk to him, and that will have a follow-up of doing just this.
continue apace, yet free me from further
Yeah, you love the wording on that one. You can free me from further obligation. Yeah, by freeing me from my cash.
I knew you of all people would understand. Now my obligations are fulfilled, and the tenants need not quit the land. I pray this is but the beginning of a long and prosperous partnership.
If we end up fighting the Dragon, I'll be back from Maker's Fingers. I have a feeling that'll be a very long relationship indeed.
I've learned what to do in this quest.
Now, there's one more quest we can do with Fornival at this point in the game. I think I have to basically reload the area so that he and Simone are in their house together. So let me see if I can do that. Save and return title screen, and then load it back up. And especially with how frequently, because normally the game will only do a checkpoint save when you rest at the inn or use a rift crystal or something like that. But in this case, you know, it did a checkpoint save after failing that mission, so there wasn't even a chance to go back and do it. Okay, can't actually do this yet. Might have to be the day after you turn this one in. That's okay. So, yeah, as a matter of fact, I think I will go ahead and wrap it up here. You know, with Ben will be going to sleep pretty soon and everything. But yeah, thanks all for watching as I get back to the inn. We'll be keeping, if you are going to be putting Ashley in armor, we'll be keeping her as a fighter or warrior for next time, and then probably doing something different like sorcerer when we're done with that. So yeah, we'll be doing that.